Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree and I like to talk about books. Boy, do I have some updates for you guys this week. I actually tried to film a video last week that included my book of the month and aardvark unboxing, but I got a new camera. I got a vlog camera specifically, and let's just say that I filmed the entire thing, and then once I got to watch the footage, I realized I needed to mess with a lot of things before I could just film on the new camera. I filmed on my iPhone before, so that was pretty straightforward and easy, but also super annoying for a lot of reasons. So now we have the camera. I think I've gotten the issues that I had worked out, and also the main reason the footage was unusable is because I stared at the little monitor the whole time instead of at the lens where I needed to be looking at you guys. I watched the entire video after I messed with the color grading and everything because the exposure was off the charts. I really hope it's not this time. Instead of looking at you guys, I was just looking over here, talking away, showing my books to the monitor, like... Anyway, we're past all that. That's the reason I didn't have a video up last week, and that's also the reason why I'm going to show you guys my book of the month and aardvark stuff without the actual unboxing, because I already did that. I think we're going to start off with that because it sounds like fun. Book of the month. My pick for April is Molka by Monika Kim, and I was super excited about this one because I read The Eyes Are the Best Part last year and I really liked it. It was really disturbing, and I finished that off with a little bit of a sense of what the hell did I just read? So I was super excited for this one, and it actually still hasn't reached its release date. It releases on, I want to say, the 28th of April, so in a couple weeks. So if you guys didn't snatch this from Book of the Month, you will have a chance to get it in a couple of weeks, and yes. I also ended up grabbing one that I wanted last month but didn't get at the time. Wolfworm by Kingfisher. This one was not one of the monthly picks, but it was available in the add-ons. And I'm a fan of Kingfisher. I really like their other work. And this one is kind of another one of those botanical rot horrors, I'm pretty sure, so I'm super excited about that. I also grabbed a hat from Book of the Month this month because when I got on there to get my April picks, they were having a sale and all of their hats were $5. So I grabbed Unreliable Narrator because how cute is this? I can't wait to wear it. Okay, now aardvark. This is the first time since I got my aardvark subscription almost a year ago now that I only got one book. And that book is Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker. Now, Kylie Lee Baker wrote Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang, which I also read last year and loved. It was so creepy, so terrifying, so impactful, brilliant. So I had to grab this one as well. And this, I actually ended up waking up early enough on Aardvark Day to get the signed copy. So super excited about that. Also, you guys, look at this. This is signed, so it's special in that sense, but it's also a special edition because, guys, look at the cover. Underneath the dust jacket. Absolutely gorgeous. Super excited about this one. So that was my aardvark and Book of the Month unboxing that I tried to film for you guys last week and had to scrap because I didn't know how to use my new camera yet. So with any luck, this footage will be usable and I'll get to show you all of that a little bit late. It's fine. It's fine. I also got a couple of other new books just for fun. I was trying to think of a good reason why I decided to buy myself some books online a few days ago, but I don't have one. I just wanted them. The reason that I purchased anything online right when I did was because I wanted this book, Atmosphere by Jenkins Reid, and that stemmed from the Artemis 2 mission, which happened over the past 2 weeks. And I am a huge space nerd, so I was watching the NASA live of that almost every day. Oh, also, I mean, at the same time, Project Hail Mary exists. So the space fascination is real right now. I went into a bit of one of my hyperfixations. So I read Project Hail Mary. I got to go see the movie Today's Tuesday, so a little over a week ago, I went with my boyfriend that weekend, and then this past weekend, Project Hail Mary came back in IMAX, so we went to go see it in IMAX, and it was so good. Like, I cried the second time, still, almost the whole way through, just like I did the first time. So good, you guys. Like, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Please go watch it. It's such a good story for right now. It's just hopeful, and so was the lunar flyby. Just brought so much hope right now to people who really need it right now, you know, what with everything else. Anyway, yeah, I fell back into another one of my special interest hyperfixations, space this time, and I really wanted to read this one. This one is also, I know it's kind of a feminist space story, so here for that. I'm really excited about this one. I've only read one other book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, right? Is that correct? Yes. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I read that 4 years ago-ish, and I really liked that one. I really liked her writing. So I also grabbed Into the Drowning Deep by Mira for a couple of reasons. One, I really enjoy like water and ocean voyage and, you know, under the ocean stories. Like, fascinating. I love them so much. I have always been super obsessed with the ocean and marine life. I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was a kid. I really honestly am probably always going to be sad that I didn't try and follow that a little bit more. But unfortunately, I grew up in a landlocked state, so that killed my dreams a little bit. Anyway, always been fascinated. This one takes place in the Mariana Trench, at least partly, but it is a deep sea horror, which right up my alley. And April is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, and a lot of people are posting like book recommendations for autism awareness and acceptance, which I also did. You can go check out my video from 2 weeks ago. The last video I posted are some of my own personal recommendations for Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. But anyway, back on track. I saw a lot of people recommending this book for autism representation, so there's an autistic character in here somewhere, and I am going to find out more about that, and I'm super excited. I love reading books with autistic characters because it's really cool getting to relate to characters in things. As an autistic person who didn't know I was autistic for most of my life, it's something that I haven't experienced a lot, so it's really cool when I get to do that. The third book that I ordered is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which has been on my radar for years and years and years, and I've never read. I kind of fell off of fantasy for a while, but here and there I'll pick up one, and I can't remember. I saw a post that included this book on Instagram somewhere, and it came back onto my radar, and I looked it up, and it was like $5 on the site where I was getting books from, so grabbed this guy, and I will read that at some point. That is my book haul. Didn't mean for it to be so many at once, but like I said, the last video didn't work out. Got more books since then. All of them had to happen now, so here we are. My last video, I was gonna do my March wrap-up and April TBR, and unboxing was the point of my last video. That being said, I do have some reading updates for you guys, because my last video was 2 weeks ago, and it was the autism rep recommendations, so I didn't do a reading update in that one, I don't think. So it's been a minute since I did a reading update, so let me check my Fable and see where we are. Okay, I know I talked about Incidents Around the House, Moby Dick, Misery. Okay, Project Hail Mary. I read it 2 weeks ago because the movie was coming out and I wanted to go see the movie. I am a huge fan of The Martian. The book, the movie, both brilliant. I love them so much. I genuinely still don't have an answer for why I didn't read Project Hail Mary sooner. I really couldn't tell you guys. I have no reason for that. I wish I had, but I'm so happy that I have read it now because 5 stars, you guys. Like, I loved it. I loved it. It's reminds me of The Martian a little bit in the sense that Ryland Grace's character is a little bit like Mark Watney. Like, they joke around a lot. They're really funny. They try and keep things lighthearted. They are both incredibly smart. You know, in The Martian, Mark Watney finds himself stranded on Mars alone. And in Project Hail Mary, Ryland Grace finds himself, I'm not going to go into any spoilers here for anybody who hasn't seen the movie or read the book yet, but he finds himself alone in space as well and has to figure out how to finish his mission. So good, you guys. Like, I don't actually have words. I don't have words. And the movie, oh my gosh, that is one of the best book to movie adaptations I think I've ever seen. I've watched it in theaters twice in the past 2 weeks, past less than 2 weeks. One of my new favorite movies, absolutely. It made me feel very hopeful about the world and people and everything. Go watch it. Like, go watch it. I want to watch it again. I watched it on Saturday night. Today's Tuesday. I want to watch it again right now. Oh, also, where is he? My boyfriend 3D printed me the little Xenonite Grace, and it is my new favorite thing. Like, this is on my person at all times now. After that, I read The Pram by Joe Hill, which is one of those Amazon short stories, and that one was okay. I have a hard time with short stories sometimes, even by somebody like Joe Hill, who a lot of people really love his short story techniques. This one, to me, it was about this couple who has just had a miscarriage maybe a year before the events of the story take place, and they move into a new house. A neighbor, kind of like an older guy who owns a nearby shop, gives the husband a really old, really gross pram to push his groceries home in, and the husband starts to hear baby sounds as he's pushing this pram and feel a baby moving around in it, and things go on from there and get more sinister, as they do. This one, though, I don't know, you guys, it left me wanting at the end. It ended very quickly, and at least for me, not in a very satisfying way. After that, I read Artemis because, like I said, space deep dive, huge Andy Weir fan. So The Martian and Project Hail Mary have both been 5-star reads for me, and Artemis did not live up to those. It didn't. I gave it a 3.5. I did enjoy it. It is my least favorite of Andy Weir's 3 books. Our main character, Jazz, she's in her mid-20s. She lives on a moon base called Artemis, and she's kind of a petty criminal. She has a personality a lot like Mark Watney and Ryland Grace. She's super smart. She's very sarcastic. She tells a lot of jokes. Everything is quippy. But she is the whole story, really, it lacks the hopeful overtones that the other two had. She's very cynical and negative and just unhappy, and I don't know. I mean, it had a different vibe to it. This story wasn't about staying alive or really saving much of anything. It was kind of about a heist, I guess. I mean, things have to end up being saved after this heist goes horribly wrong, but anyway, I'm getting off topic. It was fine. I had a good time. I didn't have a great time. A lot of people criticize this book because they say that Andy Weir doesn't know how to write a female character. Now, I have some thoughts about that. I like when women are written in ways that aren't just inherently feminine, because not all of us are like that. I've met plenty of women that act a lot like Jazz, and that doesn't make them any less women, right? I mean, she's crass, she's vulgar, she's very sexual. There's nothing wrong with that. What bothered me about her character was the constant quippiness. Like, everything was a joke and it never stopped being a joke, and she didn't know when to take things seriously. And there were a few lines that she said that I can see why people don't like Andy Weir's depiction of a female character, because like one specific line, she is off the base. She's a little far away from the base in a suit, and she's looking at the base, and the base is made up of these domed kind of buildings, and she starts trying to describe to the reader how beautiful these domed buildings are on this base, how beautiful her home is. And what she settles with, the words that she chooses to go with, is that it looks like a bunch of metallic boobs. So that kind of stuff, I just made me roll my eyes a little bit. But, I don't know. I mean, I suppose we can't expect the same author to just get consistent 5-star ratings from everybody. Anyway, it was fine. It was fine. The other two are much better. So if you want my recommendations, if you haven't read Andy Weir at all, do not start with Artemis. Read Artemis last. Okay, after that, I already read Molka over the weekend because it was just too intriguing. I couldn't not do it. So I gave this one 4.5 stars because I haven't even gotten my thoughts together quite enough about this one to feel like I can talk about it. This story is about, what are they called? Molka is an abbreviation of mole camera. Sneaky camera hidden to capture covert images and videos for voyeurs. So the story follows a young woman in South Korea. I feel like I don't have the words for this one, guys. A young woman in South Korea whose life is upturned when a video from one of these hidden cameras that involves her gets leaked. And we also follow a man from South Korea who has filled his entire work building, including and mainly the women's bathrooms, with these tiny cameras so that he can watch all of the women in the bathroom all the time. So we're also in his head. So these are the two people we're following, and this man gets obsessed with this woman, and this one was difficult to read because of the content. I will tell you that right now. It was difficult. It was very, very hard being in that man's head. I'm pretty sure I was reading with just a disgusted look on my face for most of this book, if I'm being honest with you. Very rough subject material, watching, how the men in this story treat the women, and how the women don't get any justice from the system, and how the system is kind of rigged to work against them and to protect the men at all costs, even when they are doing horrible things. This book also has an element of horror. If you have read The Eyes Are the Best Part, element of horror is there. This one is a little bit different. Our main character's sister died when she was younger, and as things start to unravel in this woman's life, she starts to see her sister again. So this one, you guys, was another book that after I finished it, I just closed it and was like, what did I just read? This was so well done, you guys. It was so difficult to read, but it was brilliant and terrifying and disgusting and disturbing, and I very much recommend this, but with the content, if you check content warnings, definitely do so before you pick this one up, because it deals with a lot of very heavy stuff. This was brilliant. Did I have a good time? No, but very good. Okay, after that, I feel like I have finished something. Oh, yes. Okay, so on my Kindle, I read The Boy Who Steals Houses by C.G. Drews. Now, C.G. Drews has gotten really big lately because of their 3 newest books, Don't Let the Forest In, Hazelthorn, and You Did Nothing Wrong, which I have talked about extensively if you've watched any of my other videos. I love them. I rated all of those 5 stars. They are some of my favorite books. C.G. Drews is one of my absolute favorite writers right now. I will buy anything that they write. This is one of their older books. And C.G. Drews is quite special to me because they are autistic, and thus their books have autism rep because a lot of the characters are autistic. This one is about 2 brothers, Sam and Avery. They are both young. They're both under 18. I think one is 15 and one is 17. Sam is the younger one. He's 15, and his brother Avery is a little bit older, but he's autistic and he needs a lot of support. And so Sam is the one who takes care of him, and nobody really takes care of Sam. They are homeless when this story starts, and Sam likes to just sneak into empty houses to sleep for the night. In one house that he sneaks into to sleep, the family ends up coming home before he can get out in the morning, and things get very chaotic from there. This is I gave this one 4 stars. I really liked it. It was really heavy and really dark for a lot of the time because of what these 2 boys are dealing with and what keeps happening to them and their pasts, and a lot of it is really sad. I also really, really liked the story, and I love C.G. Drew's writing, and I love the characters that they create, and I love reading about autistic characters because it's really cool to see that represented in stories. So I really liked that one. I think that I like their newer books a little bit more because of the horror element, which is kind of probably my favorite genre if I had to pick one. And right now, I need to start a new physical book. Oh, I'm listening to The Vampire Lestat on audiobook, and oh my god, you guys. Okay, so I listened to Interview with the Vampire like a year ago. Loved it so much. 5 stars. I think I gave it 5 stars. Anyway, fantastic. Anne Rice is maybe one of the most brilliant writers I've ever read. And The Vampire Lestat is no different. It is so good, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous writing. And it's really interesting getting to see more of Lestat. We don't understand why he is the way he is or why he does a lot of the things he does in Interview with the Vampire. And he's depicted as kind of this cruel, callous, kind of like a bad guy. I'm not even sure how far into that I am at this point. Maybe halfway, maybe a little bit less. but it's super interesting and I really like it, and I can't wait to understand more of Lestat because it's kind of fascinating. Also, the audiobook narrator is fantastic. I love it so much. Was there anything else I wanted to even talk about? Oh, okay. I threw in a couple of clips at the beginning of this video, I believe. I got a couple of new tattoos last week, which you've probably seen this whole time. I've been moving my arm around during this video, but I got them last Thursday, and I think I got a pretty decent video in the shop, but let's see if I can, maybe you guys can see these. Okay, so this one is the locket from the new Nosferatu movie. And this guy, I really hope that you can't see how bad it's peeling right now, but you probably can because this camera is pretty clear. It's a megalodon tooth. It's a megalodon tooth fossil, and it is peeling. It is so gross right now, but it's fine. It's gonna look really cool when it's healed. I love them both. I'm so happy with them that I've like kind of started to fill out my forearm. I already have ideas for my next one, and they may or may not be Project Hail Mary related. They are. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of all things horror and vampire. I love Dracula. I love Nosferatu. I loved the new remake that came out last year? 2 years ago? Fantastic. I loved it whenever it was. And Megalodon Tooth. If you've been around for a little bit, I've already mentioned my obsession with marine life and marine biology. And I don't know if I've mentioned my obsession with like dinosaurs and fossils. And the Megalodon falls right into both of those categories, so super fascinating. I also really want to get a tattoo of a velociraptor claw, like probably specifically the one from the first Jurassic Park movie. Anyway, yeah, that is probably all of my updates from the past couple of weeks. That's everything I can think about right now anyway. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. I hope that you guys got to see the Artemis 2 mission. I hope that you guys got to watch some of it. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it made you feel hopeful and happy. And yeah, I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, it is now Wednesday and I'm coming at you with another reading update, and I am going to try my darndest to look at you guys and not at myself on the little monitor of my new camera, because that's one way to ruin an entire video, which is what happened to me last week. I recorded yesterday and I ended up just framing myself and then pushing the monitor back so that I didn't keep looking at it. So we're going to find out if I need to keep doing that or if I can just have self-control. Where are we? Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre. I apologize for my non-existent French accent. This one I've had on my shelf for literally years, and I've been meaning to read it. I've actually picked it up so many times to start reading it, and then I just didn't. But today, I mean, last night it was the vibes for the next read for some reason, and today I actually started it, got a decent amount of the way in. But yeah, I feel like I got a little bit burnt out on classics early this year because of Moby Dick. If I'm gonna be honest, it made me not want to pick up classics for a little bit, and that might sound funny because as of right now I only finished Moby Dick about 2 weeks ago, but I also didn't want to pick up any other classics all year so far, starting at at the beginning of January whenever I was reading Moby Dick, because that one was difficult enough to get through all by itself. I didn't want to try to read any other classics at the same time. However, the vibe is back, you guys. This one's super interesting so far. It's one of those philosophical books that's written almost like someone's diary. Like it basically is written like this character's diary. And it's about this man who becomes horrified and disgusted with himself and his existence, basically. Not very far in yet, so we'll see where this one goes. It reminds me a little bit of, oh my god, if I can actually think of the book that I'm thinking of. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, it reminds me a little bit of The Stranger by Camus, but I'm not even sure why yet, if I'm being completely honest. So, yep, there's that. That is my reading updates as of right now. I'm still listening to The Vampire Lestat on audiobook, still absolutely loving it, really, really loving the audiobook narrator, and just Anne Rice's writing. So good. I really want to keep going with that series, honestly. I think The Queen of the Damned is next, and I'm planning to read that one. And we'll see how things go beyond that, because I know there's a lot of them. And I have heard from several sources that, like, the further in you get, they don't keep being as good, which makes me sad, but also really big series like that really make me overwhelmed. Just the thought of that kind of a commitment. I don't know. I used to read series all the time, and now if I know something is like the beginning of a big series, I just won't go for it. Maybe I'll get over that at some point, because there's still some series I haven't even finished. Like, I never read the last City of Bones book. I own all of them. I read all of them up until the last one. I own the last one. Never read it. Although, like, that's one of those where you had to wait a couple to a few years between each installment, and by the time the last one came out, I felt like I needed to reread the whole series, which was 5 of them before that, and that just felt like a lot, so I never did it. I never finished the Maze Runner series. I finished the Hunger Games series when it was done, but I have not read the 2 newest ones, which I really want to. I need to do that. I own the first one, need to buy the second one, need to read both of them. Maybe that's it for right now. If it's not, we can pretend it is, because that's already a lot. Anyway, yep, that is what's been going on with me today. I'm going to keep reading Nausea, hopefully finish it fairly soon, and then jump into something else. And I didn't set a TBR for April. I usually do like a hopefuls list on Instagram and on here and tell you guys, hey, like, this is what I would like to read this month. We'll see if I get to it. I didn't even do that this month because the vibes weren't allowing it. That sounds weird, but every time I thought of like, hey, what do I want to read this month, and looked at my bookshelf, just crickets in my brain. Crickets and spiderwebs. And what's been happening this month is I'm going completely based off of vibes. Every time I finish a book, sit with it for a few minutes, I'll look at the bookshelf and just think, what are the vibes now? And somehow it comes to me and I pick something. So that's what we're going with. Oh, I forgot to mention, yesterday, I have something really cool to tell you guys. I created my NetGalley account a couple of weeks ago. I've never had one before, never requested an ARC before, because I saw that C.G. Drew's new book coming out in October, Scorpion Deep, was being offered on NetGalley. And so I created the account and went to go apply for it. And while I was in there, I applied for a couple of other books. And I didn't at all think that I was going to get accepted for any of them, honestly, because I just created the account. I don't have any history on there. I don't have any, previous reviews for them to know that I'm good for it. And guys, I got accepted for Scorpion Deep. I have it on my Kindle as we speak, waiting for me right now. I cannot tell you guys how excited I've been about this. It's so cool. Like, that is the only one that I got accepted for, which is fine. It's fine. The other 2 I applied for were The Caretaker and Bone of My Bone, Marcus Kluwer and Joanna Van Veen, respectively. I did not get accepted for those. I don't think I got rejected either, but either way, one of those is coming out in a couple of weeks, the other one's coming out next month, so I don't have to wait that long. Scorpion Deep comes out in October, so I've been trying to wait because it's still so far away from its release date. However, I'm thinking I'm probably going to pick it up soon and at least get my NetGalley review in, and I might not post my review to Instagram until the book is a little bit closer to its release date. I don't know yet. I'm not sure, but super, super excited about that. And yeah, that's about all I have for you guys right now. I'm going to hop on my computer, do some editing. I'm going to read. I'm going to relax. That is my Wednesday. I hope that you guys are having a really good one, and I will check back in later. Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on and close out the vlog for this week because it's Thursday today, Thursday evening right now. And I want to get this video up tomorrow so that I can start another one. I am supposed to have my boyfriend come visit this weekend, so I'm very excited about that. I don't have very many reading updates right now for you guys. I'm still reading Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre. It's interesting. It actually really does remind me of The Stranger by Camus. I guess just like the philosophical, existential type of book. Nothing crazy has happened in Nausea yet, but I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to get more intense. And besides that, I'm still listening to The Vampire Lestat. That is a long book. So still chooching on that one. And I'm just going to spend the rest of the night getting ready for my boyfriend to come in. I did some cleaning. I'm going to do my nails, mainly because I like to do my nails midweek every week. And it is simply time to redo them this week. But yeah, we will see, and I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you had a good week, and I hope that you're reading really, really good books. Drop your current read below if you made it to the end of this video, because I love hearing what you guys are reading. And yeah, I will see you guys again really soon.